Okay, we're going to talk about the electrical parts and assemblies of an electromechanical game. I'm using 1976 Bally Captain Fantastic for this example, just because it's a very popular game and Bally's are fairly popular. Even though personally I'm a Gottlieb guy, a lot of this stuff is going to be pretty much identical between Gottlieb, Williams, Bally, Chicago Coin, etc., etc. The first thing we're going to have to do is get into the game. I'm going to assume that you have a key to the front door or that the front door is somehow open. So we open the coin door. That's this metal door here where the coins go in. That's why it's called the coin door. And then inside, almost on every game, there's a latch on the right-hand side as you're facing the game. Pull that over, and then we remove the lockdown bar. They call it a lockdown bar because it locks down the top of the game, and then the glass should slide right out. And now you'll have access to the bottom of the game. Before you lift the playfield, and yes, the playfield does lift, remove the ball. I just take my finger in here, shoot it to the shooter lane, and we can lift the playfield up and put it on the prop bar. We should talk about some of the parts on the top side of the playfield, just so that we have our nomenclature consistent. These three bumpers right here are called the pop bumpers or thumper bumpers or mushroom bumpers. When the ball comes in contact with it, a metal rod and ring comes down, it kicks the ball. That's what does all the kicking. Up here we've got rollover switches, and these are called lanes. This game has drop targets. It has 5 drop targets, so when the ball hits them, the targets fall. Slingshots, these kick the balls. As the ball hits this, it closes the switch, which moves the lever out, which kicks the ball out. So these are called slingshot kickers. Sometimes they're called triangle kickers. This game has 4 flippers. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are 3-inch flippers. Older games have 2-inch flippers, but these are 3-inch. Everything is covered in rubber. The rubber comes off, obviously, for replacement. That's called the playfield rubber. The flippers have their own rubber too. And then there's rollover switches up here. These are little star rollover switches. And this game has a gate right here, which instead of the ball going out the out lane and draining, the gate can open up and direct the ball back to the flipper. The out hole, that's where the ball drains when you lose it. And then the bonus is counted down, and then it kicks the ball over to the shooter lane. So that's everything on the top side of the game. Let's look at the inside. Coin door, we have some important parts. Here is the coin lockout coil. What this does is when the game is turned on, it's always energized. When the game is turned off, it's de-energized. So if somebody puts money in a game that's turned off, it returns back to the return chute on the outside. These are the coin switches. These are real important. They get jacked up a lot from people trying to rig their games for free play or trying to add credits. Now let's talk about the bottom of the game. This panel here with all these mechanical assemblies is called the bottom panel or lower panel. This thing here, which is motorized, is called the score motor. Its function is to do repetitive things, repetitive calculations, like say scoring 50 points or resetting all the score reels. Then we've got stepper units. Here, this one's for the ball count, and this one's known as the coin unit. The ball count tells you obviously what ball you're on. The coin unit will tell you how many players the game is queued up for, 1 to 4 players on this particular game. All these other assemblies here are relays. And way in the back there is the main transformer. So the 120 volts comes in through the power cord, which is back here, hits the transformer, and then that knocks down the voltages to 50 volts for the coils on this particular game, and 6 volts for all the lights. Up here, we've got the chime unit, and we also have the tilt assembly. Here's the total play meter that's on the game. Most games do have some sort of meter to give the operator an idea at how many plays a game is getting. Another thing we could do is take the playfield and lift it straight up and lean it against the back box. Talk about the units under here. We've got the flipper assemblies, 1, 2, 3, and 4. We've got the slingshot assemblies, there's 2 of those. We've got the 3 pop bumpers right here. We've got the drop target unit right here. We've got the bonus stepper unit here that steps up and then steps down to count the bonus either up or down. Now let's talk about the back box. That's the upright unit in the back that contains the back glass, which is the score glass, and the score reels and all the associated units in there. There should be a metal cover on the back, again with a key that unlocks, and the cover removes, showing everything inside. Here's the credit unit. This shows how many credits are on the game. Here's the player unit, which is another stepper unit. This determines which player is up, then directs power to the 4 sets of score reels. The score reels are just reels that spin like this. They come out and turn. There is a small unit right here, which is known as the match unit, and then there's the knocker. When you win a game, the knocker goes off. There's also some relays associated with 10, 100, 1,000 points, and the connectors right here. This game has 3 connectors, which allow the back box to be disassembled from the lower cabinet. When you move the game, you always want to take the back box off, and these connectors just pull out like that and plug right back in. So that should help you identify the parts inside the game and use the proper nomenclature, so when you talk to somebody about fixing your game, maybe you're getting help or you're talking to another experienced person, you can both be on the same page as far as the nomenclature that you will be using.